This video is sponsored by NordPass. Hey guys, it's Craig. Amazon Echoes are great devices that are capable of so much and are constantly being updated. To the point, it can be overwhelming trying to keep up and figure out what all they can do. So here are 10 Echo and Alexa tips and uses. Let's take a look. Now these are in no particular order, and depending where you're located, some of the services or features may not be available in your area. I am sharing some of my tips, so please share any tips you have in the comments section for other viewers. Also, make sure to check out the description for more smart home videos and some great smart home kits that I put together on Amazon. At the end, I'll share a bonus tip for your privacy. First tip is to use time-based automations. I love making automations that run at different times of the day, especially sunset and sunrise. In my living room, the lights come on a half an hour before sunset. They go off at 11 p.m. Then they come on in the morning as the alarm goes off, and then turn off at 8 a.m. without us doing anything. The time for these routines to trigger changes throughout the year as sunset and sunrise shifts. These kind of automations are great because they're fluid and they feel the same all the time. The lights aren't coming on too early or too late. Time-based routines are great for turning off lights that may get left on all day, which would be my stair lights and living room lights. But the 8 a.m. routine turns off all those lights and my wallet wins. So, thanks, routine. Think of the other smart devices that a time-based routine could trigger in your house. I think this next tip is necessary for your smart home. It's creating device groups. You can take all of the smart devices and the Echoes in a room and make a group for that room. To create a group, go into Devices in the app, press the plus sign in the right-hand corner, choose Add a Group. Here you get an explanation of the kind of groups you can create. We want to create a device group. Then follow the prompts. When you create these groups, you can say lights on when you walk into a room, and the Echo that hears you will know what lights you're referring to and will turn them on. When you say lights off, it'll know to only turn off the light in that room with the Echo.
Alexa, lights off.
If you have multiple Echoes in a room and in a group, you can pick the one you want to play music when you say something like play some music. Something to note, you can only put an Echo into one room. That way it knows what devices it's paired with within a space. Accessories you can put into multiple rooms paired up with different Echoes. Before we continue with the list, let's talk about today's sponsor, NordPass, and how more than ever we need to think about our digital security. How much shopping are you doing online? How many of those sites are you using the same password? You know who I'm talking to. I know I was guilty of it too. I used the same password on something like 60 sites. But not anymore, because it's time to get a password manager like NordPass. NordPass is from the makers of the popular NordVPN. NordPass stores all of your passwords along with other important information you want to keep secure, like credit cards or files. With NordPass, you can make secure passwords with no need to memorize them. It will store them for you. But we know that unique passwords are hard to remember and a pain to give to another person who may need that password. A great feature of NordPass is being able to share your passwords easily with family and friends. Another great feature is the data breach tool that will scan to see if your information has been leaked online. It's time to get a password manager and to protect yourself. NordPass has a winter sale that saves you 70% off, and you get 1 month free if you use the link nordpass.com/CTT. But hurry! This deal expires February 25th. Now, one of my favorite tips is speaker groups. Speaker groups allow you to listen to your music, podcasts, or audiobooks across multiple Echoes at the same time. You can create different groupings of Echoes. I have an upstairs group, office, downstairs, and an everywhere group for all my Echoes. If I want to listen to music, I could say, Alexa, play classical music on my office group.
Playing classical music from Apple Music on the Office group.
Now it's playing on these two Echoes that are in the group. I can also ask to play stuff like my audiobooks on my Echo group downstairs. To set this up, go into the app, select Devices, click the plus sign, then click Combine Speakers. Here you click the choice to create multi-room music groups. Then you select the Echoes you want to group. Choose a name for the group and you're done. You'd say play what you want played on the name of the group that you created. Alexa, play my Audible book on the Office group.
Resuming Tools of Titans.
TR.
and is widely considered the world's most decorated obstacle racer.
Now, one of the things I don't like is that you can't change the music playing on one group to another group. If you're listening to playlists, it'll start that playlist over on the new group you call up. I really like that with Nest speakers and HomePods, you can add devices to the music playing already or move music to another group of devices. Next, a great tip for the smart home is being able to have smart plugs respond as if they were a light. If you make groups like I mentioned in the earlier tip, a smart plug is not going to come on or go off when you ask for lights to come on or off. But if you go into the app, select devices, click on plugs, click on the plug you want, click the gear for the settings of the plug. Last, change the type from a plug to a light. Now, if you go under devices, the plug is now considered a light. So when you say lights off, it'll turn the plug off as if it were a bulb. It's very convenient for combining lamps with smart plugs and smart bulbs in the same room. Next is using motion sensors to trigger scenes or lights. I have a Philips Hue motion sensor over here that triggers the lights to come on in this room between the hours of 4 p.m. and midnight. They stay on for a half an hour and then turn off automatically. I sometimes get left in the dark if they shut off after that half an hour, but motion sensors are easier and quicker than having to use my voice to call up the smart lights every time. With the motion sensor, I just walk into the room and everything comes on. Unfortunately, at this time, there are not a lot of choices for motion sensors that work with Alexa. Most motion sensors that are compatible with Alexa require a Zigbee hub. The new Echo and previous versions of the Echo Plus, Echo Show 10 and Studio have Zigbee hubs built into them, or Alexa will recognize other Zigbee hubs such as SmartThings and the Hue hub. A very affordable way to add sensors is to get a Wyze cam and add their $20 sensor kit that includes a motion sensor. So for less than $50, you get one motion sensor, 2 door sensors, a small hub that plugs into the camera, and the camera itself. So not a bad deal. Next, my biggest smart home advice is if you live with someone who is not into tech, let them name the smart devices in the house. If you want a happy home, you don't want to irritate your partner by naming devices things that they will never remember. You will be constantly asked what the name of the light is that they've been frustrated with for the past 5 minutes because they can't remember the name. Just let them name the devices, the things they will remember. It'll make your life easier. My wife never forgets the name of her bedside light. She named it My Light. She named my light Craig's Light. She's content and does not hate the smart lights in the room. Plus, she can just walk into the room and say lights on or off because I made the device groups I mentioned earlier in the video. The next tip improves the sound of your TV by pairing an Echo and a Fire TV together. You can pair a single Echo or a pair of Echoes to a Fire TV 4K or Fire TV Cube using theater mode. If you want to take advantage of the Dolby Atmos sound of the Fire TV 4K and Fire TV Cube, you can pair it with a single Echo Studio or a pair of studios. Anything you watch on your Fire TV will automatically use those Echoes for your sound. But something to think about is that if you change and watch something or play a game on another source, it's going to use the TV speakers, not the Echoes. Only the Fire TV will pass audio to the paired Echoes. This next tip is for a new media service that was added. Up until recently, you had a few streaming services that you could stream on an Echo show, such as Prime Video and Hulu. But now you have Netflix. You can ask to open Netflix or say open Video Home to see other video choices. But then you log into Netflix and have access to the individual profiles. It's Netflix you would see on other devices. I like that it's not limited like some of the other streaming options on the Echo shows. Now, this is one of the streaming services that you don't go in the app to sign into it. You log right into Netflix when you launch it. Then it keeps you logged in and you're ready to go. This feature probably gets used in my house more than it should be. It is announcements. We use announcements to send a message to our daughters more than we use drop-in, and that's because drop-in is just too slow. It's great for connecting one Echo to another, but the connection time is slow. So we use announcements because they're faster. Don't enjoy when announcements throughout the house are used to have a conversation, such as my wife announcing to come down and eat. Then my daughter will ask what we are eating with her own announcement back. My wife will respond back with another announcement, and then back and forth.
Announcing.
Can we please stop having conversations through announcements?
No one has to come down the stairs. No one has to go up the stairs. It's quite annoying at times, but it is effective. Amazon recently announced a new energy dashboard. This dashboard lets you know how much estimated power you're using. It'll show you the power usage by week or by month. Alexa takes the lights that it recognizes and has the energy information for, and then calculates the energy usage for those individual lights. For the lights it doesn't recognize, you have to enter the necessary information for a more accurate estimate of energy use. I like that Amazon's trying to make people more aware of the real energy usage for the smart devices in the house. Now, the bonus and an important tip, it is to check out the privacy settings in the app so you know what data you're sharing. Under Alexa Privacy, you can review your voice history, review history of detected sounds, manage smart home device history, manage skill permission, and manage your Alexa data. Really, you look at the Alexa data side of things, and you could choose whether you want to enable deletion by voice. You could pick what happens with your recordings, choose how long to save recordings. Smart home device history, you choose how long to save history for those devices, what sounds were detected. There's a lot of options in there, and I think it's good to go through these different settings under the different categories to have a better idea what data is being shared and your choices about it, because there are more choices than ever on what happens with that data through the app. What would be your favorite tip to give to another Echo user? Let us know in the comment section. Now, if you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. It does help get it recommended to more people. Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some more great Echo and Alexa information. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.